Israel-Gaza conflict rages as U.S. envoy visits. A U.S. envoy has arrived in Tel Aviv for de-escalation talks as unrest between Israel and the Palestinians continues. Hadi Amar will take part in talks with Israeli, Palestinian and UN officials and reinforce what U.S. diplomats said was the need for a sustainable calm. An Israeli airstrike on a refugee camp in the Gaza Strip killed 10 people on Saturday, while a Palestinian rocket killed a man in Israel. This week's violence in Gaza and Israel is the worst since 2014. On Saturday afternoon, an Israeli airstrike destroyed a high-rise building housing media organizations, including the Associated Press and Al Jazeera, plus a number of offices and apartments. In a statement released shortly afterwards, the Israeli military said the building housed military assets belonging to Hamas, the Palestinian militant group that rules Gaza. The Associated Press, AP, said it was hit roughly an hour after Israeli forces ordered people to evacuate. The news organization's CEO, Gary Pruitt, said, "This is an incredibly disturbing development. We narrowly avoided a terrible loss of life." A dozen AP journalists and freelancers were inside the building and thankfully we were able to evacuate them in time. At least 139 people have been killed in Gaza and 9 in Israel since the fighting began on Monday, and sirens were sounding again on Saturday afternoon in Tel Aviv and elsewhere in Israel. Israel says dozens of militants are among the dead in Gaza, while Palestinian health officials say nearly half are women and children.